Sustainability and Biodiversity by Emma Cheeseman and Aaron Mitchell. So what exactly is sustainability? An idea, a manufacturing method, a way of life, a property of living things? That's what we're about to find out.
Sustainability means that things can keep going, can sustain themselves, can continue into the future and go on forever. From a human perspective, sustainability for our planet means that it can continue to do what it was designed to do: provide fresh air, clean water, produce food, and allow us all to have a high quality of life forever.
A generic definition of sustainability is meeting the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs.
Sustainability is based on three spheres of importance, more commonly known as the triple bottom line. The first of these spheres is environmental factors. This is when we attempt to use natural resources, use environmental management, and prevent pollution. The second sphere is social factors. This relates to the standard of living, education, community, and equal opportunities for all members of society. The third sphere of the triple bottom line is economic factors. These are when we consider profit, cost savings, economic growth, and research and development. When focused on all three of these spheres, there is a much greater possibility of successful sustainability.
You've probably seen the diagram showing the three spheres of sustainability. When thinking about sustainability, the economic impact is pretty easy to understand. When we design sustainably, we reduce energy consumption, which in turn reduces costs. The environmental aspect of sustainability is also easy to see. Sustainable design again leads to lower energy usage, which lessens our negative impacts on the environment. What people usually don't understand or consider is the social component of sustainable design. There are many strategies that can be implemented in the building process to ensure a socially sustainable project, such as safety through design, community involvement, and corporate responsibility. For example, during the construction of a house, building the roof is often the most dangerous activity. By using safety through design, we put the worker's safety first, implementing such things as safety harnesses and warning flags to indicate the edge. This will reduce the risk of injury on the site. An even better strategy is that the roof could be constructed on the ground and lifted by crane to minimize work done at dangerous heights. In addition to the construction crew, who temporarily occupy the building, socially sustainable design must also take the future users into account. For example, if you are designing a building that takes advantage of natural light, you should make sure that the design of the building allows for an even distribution of sunlight so that no one is exposed to too much or to too little of the sun's rays. The three critical steps of a project are approach, assessment, and desired results. Socially sustainable thinking must be applied to each of these steps throughout the project to ensure a socially sustainable final product.
All three aspects of sustainability have been found to be important, as instead of just focusing on whether an activity will be cost-effective, individuals and organizations are being encouraged to ensure any activity provides more equitable and social opportunities, does not impact negatively on the environment, as well as being worth the money that is spent on it. This ensures a habitat that is long-lasting, productive, and healthy for the global population and the planet.
When looking at the environmental factor of sustainability, it would of course be better if we humans lived harmoniously with nature and our surroundings from the beginning, rather than having to laboriously restore parts of the environment after they are damaged. This is the challenge of environmental education, helping us learn to understand, respect, and care for the environments around us and structure our lives, professions, and habitats accordingly. A basic aim of environmental education is to succeed in making individuals and communities understand the complex nature of the natural and the built environments resulting from the interaction of their biological, physical, social, economic, and cultural aspects, and acquire the knowledge, values, attitudes, and practical skills to participate in a reasonable and effective way in anticipating and solving environmental problems and in the management of the quality of the environment.
Sustainability action projects, which are embedded into the curriculum, are more meaningful and enable authentic and transferable learning. So the 5 steps of the sustainability action process are 1. Making the case for change, 2. Defining the scope of the action, 3. Developing the proposal for action, 4. Implementing the proposal, and 5. Evaluating and reflecting. So number 1, making the case for change. That is where you outline the importance for change using the curriculum, which can be done by exploring the concepts related to the specific issue and stating what needs to change and why. 2. Defining the scope of the action. This is where you explore the options for making a change by identifying possible resources and possible constraints. 3. Developing the proposal for action. This is where a proposal is done by gaining agreement through communication, which then creates an idea to act upon. 4. Implementing the proposal. It is done by when you receive support from the correct authority and then you implement that proposed plan. And 5. Evaluating or reflecting. It is where you evaluate whether the plan made a difference to the sustainability issue and then reflect upon it and the processes used and the learning of the students. Sustainability, however, has had to face many challenges, by critics arguing that it is too broad or too abstract of a concept. They argue that it is too broad because it includes too many people and still lacks a clear definition. Critics also dislike the concept of sustainability because there has not been enough research into it, meaning that there is a weak scientific standing. This presentation also covers biodiversity and its connection with sustainability.
Biodiversity represents everything that lives on Earth. It is the fruit of billions of years of evolution, shaped by natural processes and increasingly by the influence of humans. So far, about 1.75 million species have been identified, but scientists believe there could be 13 million species living on our planet. Biodiversity is life. It heals us, as more than 70,000 plant and tree species on Earth are used in medicine. It gives us shelter. Without wood, we couldn't build houses, furniture, or tools. Biodiversity feeds us and clothes us. The consumption patterns of people in rich countries are the principal cause of biodiversity loss. The rapid loss of the Earth's species is estimated to be between 1,000 and 10,000 times higher than the natural extinction rate. Today, our planet hosts 7 billion people. We need to preserve biodiversity so that it can meet the needs of 9 billion of us in 2050. The effect of human activities magnified in recent years by population growth and global climate change has greatly reduced biodiversity in ecosystems around the world. One way each of us can contribute to foster biodiversity is to choose a more sustainable lifestyle. Education can help us recognise that our individual actions, as harmless as they can appear, can have global ramifications. We need to learn that we are all part of a web of life. When one species disappears, others are at risk of disappearing as a result. We need to empower our children and youth today to help foster biodiversity tomorrow.
To sum up, sustainability is the concept of living within our limits, of understanding the interconnections among economies, societies, and the environment, and of providing equitable distribution of resources and opportunities. Biodiversity is the entirety of life that exists in a particular habitat. That means an ecosystem with a high biodiversity will be environmentally sustainable.